Today you may need to hear that the real thief of oil is someone who has a yacht, is someone who has a golf course, is someone who cannot sleep a night in the Niger Delta because of mosquitoes and insecurity, is someone who has properties in London, in Banana Island, in Abuja, in Frankfurt, in New York City. Those are the thieves. They have a lot of money. And then, of course, a few days ago, another one, the MT Tura 2, with 150,000 metric tons. To put it clearly, that is about 1,600,000 barrels. And that amounts to well over $100 million, which runs into billions of naira. That is the amount or the value of what was inside there. That is also approximately what Nigeria produces in a day. Okay, about 1.8 million barrels. So that's about what Nigeria produces in a day.
The vessel was actually caught carrying 150,000 metric tons of crude oil. 150,000 metric tons of crude oil, which is about 1.6 million barrels. And this 1.6 million barrels is the same, around the same number of barrels being produced in a day in Nigeria, which is ranging to about over $100 million. And as a matter of fact, billions of naira being stolen just in a day by these thieves. You know, this is not something that we are not aware that this particular theft goes on in a day. We know this oil theft has been in existence for a very, very long time. It's just that it became really pronounced now, few months ago, where, I mean, it's been contracted. The security architecture of that particular environment was contracted to a private security company, you know, that is now bringing the faces, the issues that is surrounding that particular theft. This is so very crazy. And this one that was caught a couple of days ago, the evidence was destroyed. The vessel itself was destroyed. Not only that it was destroyed, a lot of things have been destroyed alongside with the destruction of that vessel. You're talking about water pollution, because when you destroy the crude oil, you know, you literally destroy the waterways, you destroy the fish farming, you destroy several other things, as well as covering evidences. Because if these people have been caught, what evidence do you have to prosecute them in the court of law? What evidence do you have? You know? What evidence are there to use to prosecute these people in the court of law? And as well as loss of resources. Burning that crude oil of over 150,000 metric tons of crude oil is not a joke. That's over 100 million lost in a day. And that's over $100 million. And that's what billions of naira burned in just one day. It's crazy. I just wanted to listen to the video, listen to what the Royal Majesty said with regard to this oil theft. So the oil theft, just like I said, has been in existence over a very long period of time, for decades. It only came to light and been publicized, now been made Nigerian to be aware that this particular thing is going on. You think it's just today? Just take a watch of the video, share your opinion. I'll see you in the next one.
Why is it that we've not been able to crack these big men that do all of this? Because just like the other incidents we've had, we parade a couple of people that were in the vessel, which are not the real people doing this, which are just those that work for the people doing this. Why is it that we don't know the big men that exist that are doing all of this in Nigeria? Is it that we don't know the local partners to the other foreigners? Is it that we don't have adequate facts on them? When are we going to take one big man in this country perpetrating this, not all these workers?
Well, I can tell you for free that that vehicle was burnt because it was cheaper to burn it than to rein in the oil thief that is behind it all. Usually what Nigeria has done in the last several decades is to parade a young, helpless, improperly educated, jobless youth from the Niger Delta as the typical thief. But I argue that such a person shouldn't be called a thief. He should be rehabilitated. He belongs to a place where you have to educate him, reorientate him, and make him a patriotic Nigerian. He is a victim of oil thieves. Today you may need to hear that the real thief of oil is someone who has a yacht, is someone who has a golf course, is someone who cannot sleep a night in the Niger Delta because of mosquitoes and insecurity, is someone who has properties in London, in Banana Island, in Abuja, in Frankfurt, in New York City. Those are the thieves. They have a lot of money. You may want to imagine the Joint Task Force for Prevention of Oil Thievery and Vandalism in the Niger Delta came as far ago as 1998. That is 25 years ago. And I can tell you for free that go to Krikri prison, go to Port Harcourt prison, go to Kogi prison, go to Kuje prison. You won't find any big oil thief. None. And even for their boys, when they are caught, they find a way and just dye it, you know. And so even this one, now that the vessel is burnt and the crude burnt and so on and so forth, after once or twice, even Rufai won't talk about it again. So that is the game, that is the story. The authorities know clearly who are behind it. The last time, I think someone came on TV and showed clearly where all the stolen oil goes to. This particular oil, if you had allowed it, it would have gone to either Britain or gone to America or gone to China or gone to India. They go to these places, you know, these vehicles are big enough, the world knows them. So everyone that is in authority knows them, except for maybe Rufai and Abati and myself. But they are well known. So those are the real oil thieves. The subsidy thieves, the subsidy racketeers. They're not saying, okay, you want subsidy to go. What of those who have been milking the system for the last several decades? Who brought in one shipload in, collected money for 10 shiploads, who brought no shipload, perfected papers and collected money for 20 shiploads. And the racketing has been going on and on and on. And so if you just stop so-called oil subsidy and no one is going in for it, what have you done? Billions have been stolen. Nigerians have been fleeced. That is the game. It goes on. Those in authority, I can bet you, they know who does it and who does not do it. And the reason why they prefer to present the face of a young, uneducated, unemployed person from the Niger Delta as a thief is to distract the world, because it looks more menacing and more interesting to see someone that has no shot, that is beating cancer every day in the name of crude oil theft, a few jerry cans, and then people will take shiploads. You can imagine a group of persons, we are taking away what Nigeria produces in a day in one ship. And the Nigerian authorities want to pretend that they don't know who are doing it. They don't know the terminal where it was loaded. Don't tell me that again. I don't want to hear that. Of course, you may also need to go and read the book, The Riddle of the Oil Thief. The whole story is there. It's a riddle. It's a game where you distract the entire world to believing that someone else is the one that is stealing the oil when the main man is feeding fat and walking about free. In which country, in which home, will someone set his village, his house ablaze because there is a rat inside? Will set his house ablaze because a snake has entered inside? It's never done. Why should that vessel be set ablaze?
Well,
the reason is obvious, so that they don't get to the big men who are behind oil theft in Nigeria. This is a good example to tell the entire country that the oil thieves are big men, big enough. International governments of foreign countries are involved, NNPC is involved, and many more are involved. And you know them all as well. You don't need to get it out of my mouth, but these are the facts about it.